So what's up everyone, I'm back after a somewhat prolonged break, but right now I'm finally ready to make videos again. So hopefully we'll get back on track soon enough. Some while ago I bought yet another Nerf blaster and I really wanted to have it in my collection. So let's review it. The blaster in particular is the Motoblitz from the Elite 2.0 series. The reason why it is so special to me is because it's basically two blasters in one. One that relies on batteries and one backup blaster that obviously doesn't. And it's very lightweight and the weight is balanced. Most ball pops, as far as I'm aware, maybe it doesn't translate to Nerf blasters, but anyway, they are usually very back heavy. But in this case, it's very maneuverable and I like it. So one thing that I really like about this blaster is how it looks out of the box. Because a plentiful amount of Nerf blasters that I own don't look that good out of the box, and therefore I have to rely on the attachments from other kits and blasters. But this one, it looks absolutely great. I don't even want to change anything about it, despite the fact that it has tactical rails here on top and one on each side. Visually, the only thing that I don't like is that, like many blasters that are made by Nerf, there's this problem that one side is painted and it looks very appealing, but the other doesn't have any additional paint, so the name and the logo aren't that visible. It's just a minor personal caveat, so it's not gonna affect your performance. Since it's a ball pop blaster, it means that the barrel actually starts here. And the whole point of ball pop blasters is to have a compact design while maintaining good range. Because if, let's say, the mag was here, if it was a non-ball pop design, then the barrel would be much shorter. The downside is that it may be a little bit harder to insert mags, but so far I had no trouble doing that. The grip, even for me, is very comfortable here under the grip, as well as here you have swing mounts. The blaster also features this integrated optic sight that aligns with the front post, and it's pretty cool, but the only downside is that it's kind of misaligned, which is surprising because many Nerf blasters have the built-in optics properly positioned. But in this case, here, let me demonstrate. You are supposed to put the stock against your shoulder and lay your head on the cheek rest, and then you'd be able to aim. But here, I can only see the rails, and this is where you are supposed to mount yet another optic, but I wouldn't recommend to do so since it simply makes your blaster look kinda weird, unless, I don't know, it's some aftermarket small red dot that will be compatible with this Nerf blaster. But the point is that in order to see the whole optic, you need to put the blaster slightly more in front of you, which for a Nerf blaster is obviously fine. It's absolutely okay because optics and sights for a Nerf blaster are not that accurate to begin with, but if this was a real gun, because Nerf guns are not meant to teach you about the manual of arms, but still, if this was a real firearm, then you would be kicked in the teeth from all the recoil. So we have the Nerf logo here, 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 and here. What else? And obviously we have the Nerf logo, a very big one, on each side of this banana mag. And the banana mag is one of the reasons why I wanted to buy this blaster, because it just looks so cool, looks basically like an M4 mag, and this masterfully crafted Nerf logo that is just molded in looks gorgeous. And not every blaster has this, but this is one of the mags that have these rubber angles. It feels very pleasant to the touch, and it also prevents the blaster, the mag from breaking prematurely. So yeah, I noticed the same thing on my Nerf regulator. So this is the fourth flywheel blaster in my collection so far. And I guess this is it. Oh, and I forgot about this. Here you can see, I didn't notice it at first, but like any flywheel blaster, it has this trapdoor to clear malfunctions. And one thing that I find particularly interesting is that, just like the storm charge, I don't know if you can see this, but if you press the button that spins the flywheels without batteries, you can see that you manually operate this mechanism. And as far as I'm aware, this is the same design feature that applies to blasters like Strife and, as I have already mentioned, Storm Charge, because it's only semi-auto. Unlike in the turbine or the regulator, even in semi-auto, you won't be able to move anything inside the blaster manually. And I really like how I can actually feel that I'm engaging the mechanism inside. So without any further ado, let's finally shoot the blaster so that you could see how it performs. Well, speaking of performance, it's obviously like any other Nerf blaster from this line. Nothing special. It may shoot at about 70 FPS, I'd say. But still, it's incredibly fun. It also has a very smooth trigger. I can't really tell you how smooth it is through the screen. You have to test it out yourself. But if somebody told me if somebody asked me whether they should buy this blaster, my answer is definitely yes. The battery tray is located on the back side of the blaster, and it requires only 4 AA batteries, despite its medium size. Once again, if we were to compare it to blasters that shoot in full auto, then you would require 4 Type-C batteries, which cost way more, but still not that much. It's a Nerf blaster after all. Okay, the batteries are now installed. Let's insert the mag. Yeah, and it's somewhat loud, I'm gonna admit. And we're out. Forgot to say that this mag holds only 10 rounds, but it's still compatible with any other mags from this series, as well as some other ones. As far as I remember, the review by Coop772 stated that it's compatible with most Nerf mags. The only one that isn't compatible is the Nerf Titan, but double barrel mag.
However, the 50-round Titan drum magazine does not work. It does not seat into the magazine well. It is not compatible.
But I guess this is exactly the one that would make it more back heavy, even if it were to fit. Because that mag fits, but there's no connection, so you could only fire it in a stationary position. And as you can see, there is also this under-barrel shotgun that shoots 6 darts at once, and in order to engage it, you have to pump it. It says like 8 times, but we're gonna do it even more. It's completely safe for the toy since it has a smart air restrictor, and basically if you hear this sound, you probably weren't able to hear it, but anyway, there's this light thing that tells you that all the excess air has come out and you're basically ready to fire the blaster. Yeah, that is spectacular. I really love these air types of blasters, and I don't really know why they would go. There was this Boomco, Rapid Madness, some other blaster by Busby, 2 blasters that function purely off an air pump by Nerf. I remember that one of them was called the Max Strike, and it was even re-released in the Icon series. And nowadays it's pretty hard to find it, but hopefully something of a similar nature will come out soon. And the whole blaster comes with 22 darts, package of 22 darts, which means that you have enough ammo for 1 mag and 2 shotgun bursts. Let's do it again. The pump is very smooth. It's not that hard to rack it back and forth. Okay, I'm gonna shoot above the camera. Hopefully it won't hit my phone. Yeah, kinda like this. So, okay, just so that we could have more footage of how this blaster performs, let me load one more mag and do one more shotgun burst. Can't really say whether I love or hate bullpup blasters, but it's fun to try something unusual every now and then. Besides, I really liked that AUG, or bullpup as it was literally called in CS 1.6. To be more precise, it's compatible with all Nerf mags that I currently have, namely the Storm Charge, Nerf Regulator mags, Turbine, Echo 2.0, and even the Deploy CS10. Yeah, I was surprised too. Although it only holds 6 darts, so it wouldn't be that efficient, unless you're going for the last ditch effort. Kinda aiming just instinctively. Okay, now the shotgun. Sometimes I like to aim it like a grenade launcher. Very fun. So basically this is it, guys. Thank you for watching this Nerf gun review. Hope you like it as much as I did. Stay tuned, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Slava Ukraine!